Welcome to the VidConcierge Show, the podcast that helps health professionals master their delivery, speak with clarity, and show up on camera like the trusted expert they are. In each episode, you'll learn practical techniques and expert insights to elevate how you communicate on video so your message lands, your presence connects, and more people see you as the trusted authority in your field. Let's get started. Hi, and welcome back. Dr. Walter Salubro here. Let me ask you this question. Have you ever felt like the way you show up on video doesn't really reflect your true self, how confident and capable you are in your real life? I know exactly what that felt like early on when I started posting videos online. As a health professional, you know that you're great with patients. You walk into that room, you listen, you assess, you explain, you're guiding the patient with confidence, with care, with empathy. You're in your zone. You've trained for it, and you've done it for years and years. But when the camera turns on, everything seems to change. You tighten up, you freeze, you might speak faster, and you start to second guess your words. And suddenly, you don't sound or feel like the trusted expert that you know you are. You may begin to feel unsure of yourself, you feel stiff, or even sound robotic, or even sound monotone. And it's not because you're bad on camera, it's because you're still in clinician mode, and video requires you to be on a different gear. And today we're going to break this down and we're going to change this. In today's episode, we're going to talk about the subtle but powerful shift that helps you stop performing and start communicating from a place of confidence on camera. And that shift is from clinician to communicator. And once you get this, everything changes. Your tone, your presence, your clarity, your confidence, your delivery, it completely changes. So let's dive right in. I'm really excited about this episode today. Now, that clinician mode is important and effective when you're in your office, when you're in front of patients. You have to be precise. You got to be structured. You're speaking also to people that are already in your care, so they trust you. So things are different in person. So even if your delivery is a little technical or guarded, it works. But online, it's a different world. The viewer doesn't know you yet. They haven't been referred to you. They're not your patient. They're not in an exam room. They're scrolling online through a noisy feed with dozens of other videos that are trying to get their attention. So if you show up in a clinical posture, you appear boring, medical jargon, terms that they don't understand, health industry terms, or in a cautious tone, you'll lose them and you'll lose them quickly. It doesn't mean that the content you're giving them is not valuable. It means your delivery is not adapted to that environment, to delivering content through video. And this is where the mindset shift matters. Because people who build trust and visibility through video aren't just good at what they do, they're good at making people feel seen, safe, and understood way before they become a new patient in their office. That is key. Now, I can tell you that I've seen over 200 plus new people that have come to my office just for my YouTube channel alone over the last several years. And when they come in, a lot of them have told me this over and over again, that they feel comfortable, they feel like they already know me. They've told me many times that in your video, I felt like you were talking right to me. I feel like you understood what I was going through. And one guy who's going through a lot of personal health issues and also personal relationship issues, he was just really in a bad place. He just came in and said, Dr. Walter, I just know that you're the answer. And all that was created because of how I presented on video. And I've uploaded over 500 videos on my YouTube channel over the last several years. And none of this has come natural to me. I had to learn it the hard way, through a lot of trial and error. I made a lot of mistakes. And the tools that I'm showing you in this podcast episode that I had to learn over the years, I'm going to give to you. I wish I had them early on when I was doing videos, because it would have made things a lot easier and it would have helped me grow through my experience a lot faster from clinician mode to communicator mode. So let's dive into the first of the technique today. I'm going to give you 3 great techniques to create the shift. Technique number 1 is flip the lens. I love this one. This is a foundational technique. Flip the lens means you stop focusing on how you look, how you sound, and whether you're doing things right, and you start thinking and focusing instead on the viewer. It's like, who's on the other side of your camera lens? So instead of thinking about, am I saying this right? You ask, what is this person worried about? What are their needs? What are their questions? What answers are they looking for? How can I help them? Instead of trying to sound impressive, you become helpful. This will shift your delivery instantly. Your tone softens, your eyes become more engaging, and you begin to speak with more warmth, with more empathy, and with less tension. Because you're not there to perform, you're there to serve. And you're delivering your content and serving them through video. Flip the lens and you'll notice your entire shift from self-conscious to connection-focused immediately. Now, technique number 2, speak from a conversational tone, not from a presentation tone, not from a professional presentation tone. That's one of the biggest mistakes that I see a lot of health professionals do when they're on video. So this is a very good rule to follow, that if it doesn't sound natural to you as if you're speaking in a real conversation, either change what you're saying or just don't say it at all on camera. That means you need to avoid the medical jargons, the health industry terms, unless you're explaining them in detail and in very simple terms. Ditch the overly formal intros. No one wants to hear, for example, "Hey everyone, it's Dr. Walter Salubro, and today I'm going to give you a 15-minute presentation on disc bulges and how to get through the pain of a disc bulge and disc injuries." You already lost them just in the first 2 seconds. Speak like you're talking to one person who genuinely wants your help, because that's what you're doing. And we're going to talk about this in another episode, that when you deliver your content on video, you're not thinking about a group of people, like an audience of people. You're thinking and talking to one particular person. And when I started doing this, I noticed that people started commenting things like, "I feel like you're talking right to me." And a lot of my VidConcierge clients that we manage their YouTube channel for, I'm looking at their comments and I'm seeing the exact same results, that people are saying, "This is exactly the condition that I have. I feel like you're speaking exactly about me and what I have." And that's when you know that these techniques are working. So try this. Before you're filming your next video, say out loud, "I'm just going to explain this thing as I would to a patient sitting across from me. I'm going to talk to this one person and one person only." And then hit record and follow through with that intention. There's another story I wanted to share with you, and this is one of my most successful videos on my YouTube channel. It's called, "Does an L405 disc bulge get back to normal again?" And I was simply just answering a question that one of my followers on YouTube left that asked that question. So I turned on the camera and I simply was answering the question as if I was talking to that one individual, and it became one of my most successful videos on YouTube. I think it's like my second or third most successful video. So this really works when you begin to put these techniques into use. Now, technique number 3, lead with empathy, not expertise. Now, we know that your credentials matter. There's a place to showcase your expertise on video, and I talk about that a lot with my VidConcierge clients. But what earns your trust faster is when people feel like you understand their struggle, their hurts, their pains, their needs, their worries, their fears. You need to bond with them at that level. Most viewers are watching because they're confused, they're overwhelmed, they're in pain, they're looking for answers, solutions. What they need first is not a list of facts. It's a moment of connection and a sense of feeling that someone finally understands them. And I know this because I read every comment in the videos of my channel and my clients' channels, and I see exactly what they're saying about this. You'll know this when they tell you in the comment sections that this is what they're feeling and this is what they're asking about. Most viewers are watching because they're confused, overwhelmed, they're in pain, they're looking for solutions and answers to their particular health problems. They're not just looking for a list of facts. They're looking for a moment to connect with someone that understands what they're going through. And you'll know this when they tell you in the comment section of your videos. That's when you know you've connected with them. You can start your videos by naming what they're going through. For example, are you frustrated because nothing's working? You've tried stretching, but you're in pain and it always comes back. You're tired of hearing conflicting advice from doctors, specialists, and experts. That's how you get their attention. Start your videos by naming the thing that they're going through, the frustration that they're going through. For example, are you frustrated because nothing's working? Or you've tried stretching, but the pain keeps coming back? Or you're tired of hearing conflicting advice from doctors, specialists, and experts? That's how you capture their attention. Now they're listening. Now they're tuned into you. They're engaging with you because they feel like you get it. Then, once they heard you, once you've hooked them, then you share your insights and expertise in the main part of your content. This is the communicator's mindset. You lead with empathy and follow with expertise. That's how you build trust. Now, with every episode, I'm going to give you action steps. I don't want this to just be another podcast that you're just coming here for some entertainment or some useful tips. I want you to take action and put it to use. That's how you're going to become a great communicator and deliver great content through video. So here's your action step for this episode. Pick one topic that you plan to film this week. Before you hit record, ask yourself, did I flip the lens? Am I seeing the topic from the viewer's side of the lens, from their point of view? Am I speaking like it's a conversation? Am I connecting with the viewer? Am I leading with empathy? And if you answered yes, then hit record. Then watch it back and see how much more of a natural and more connected your delivery is. The more you've practiced the shift, the more you'll sound like the real you, the version that people want to meet, not the version that you're trying to get it right. You want to be authentic. That's what builds trust and a huge following online. Okay, what's coming up in the next episode? We're going to talk about how to speak like you're talking to one person, not an audience. And this is crucial. This is the fastest way for your videos to feel more personal, connected, and watchable. And that's what you really want. So don't miss that episode. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode. That's it for today's episode of the VidConcierge Show. Always remember, how you show up on camera shapes how people see you. So keep practicing, keep showing up, and keep leaning into the role as the trusted expert. If you got value from this episode, take a moment to rate it, review it, and subscribe. It really helps the show grow. And if you want a free audit of your YouTube channel, that's by me, head over to www.valtoriamedia.com/audit. Your personalized channel audit will show you what's working on your channel, what's missing, and what to fix next, so you get more visibility and authority with your videos. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next time on the VidConcierge Show.